Welcome back, everyone. Ready to dive into two absolute classics? We're tackling Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill and The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles.
Two books that have really stood the test of time. It's incredible how they've impacted so many seeking success.
It really is. And, what strikes me is how both books, even though they approach it differently, emphasize that thought shapes reality.
Oh, absolutely. That's the core idea, but their paths diverge from there in fascinating ways.
It's like they're offering us different maps to the same destination. Before we even start comparing routes, though, what was it about these books when you first read them that really jumped out at you?
For me, it was Hill's concept of autosuggestion in Think and Grow Rich.
Oh, interesting. Tell me more about that.
It wasn't just positive thinking, it was this deliberate, methodical, almost like reprogramming your mind for success.
Like a mental workout routine, but lifting beliefs instead of weights.
Exactly. That level of intentional inner work really got me thinking.
So we've got Hill really diving deep into personal transformation. How would you contrast that with Wattles' approach in The Science of Getting Rich?
Well, where Hill gets into the psychology and motivation, Wattles is more pragmatic.
Okay.
It's almost like he presents success as this science, this formula.
Like a set of universal laws to tap into.
Exactly. Less about rewiring yourself and more about understanding and working with these, inherent forces of abundance.
Interesting. So, if you're listening, think about which one resonates more with you. Deep inner work to shift beliefs or aligning with these universal laws. And speaking of alignment, let's talk about how each book defines wealth and success, because they're not exactly interchangeable.
You're right. And Hill, in Think and Grow Rich, he takes a really broad view.
I'd agree with that. It's not just about money for him, right?
Right. It's about fulfillment, achieving your goals, becoming your best self. Financial wealth is part of it, but almost like a consequence of that bigger picture.
Whereas Wattles in The Science of Getting Rich is more laser-focused on the financial side.
Yeah, definitely. He sees financial abundance as the foundation to then pursue other passions and contribute to society and all that.
So another fork in the road. One says, head towards fulfillment and you'll find wealth along the way. And the other says, reach that financial peak first, and then you can go explore anything. Think about what wealth and success mean to you. What resonates more? We'll be back after a short break to delve even deeper.
Can't wait.
So much more to uncover. See you in a bit.
It's a really big question, right? How you define those things for yourself. And it's interesting to see how each book, Think and Grow Rich and The Science of Getting Rich, has left its mark on the world.
You're right. Think and Grow Rich is still so relevant today. It's practically required reading for anyone into personal development.
It is. Hill's 13 steps, with that mix of mindset and action, have become like a blueprint for entrepreneurs and anyone reaching for their goals.
He really seemed to capture those timeless truths about potential. No matter how much the world changes, those core principles still apply.
Exactly. And even though The Science of Getting Rich might not be as well known, its impact is huge, especially in the law of attraction movement.
Oh, good point. Wattles' ideas about attracting abundance through thought have really permeated modern culture, haven't they?
Everywhere you look, it's like The Secret, those workshops, all those online communities about manifesting. Wattles' message that what you focus on expands is more alive than ever.
It makes you wonder if Wattles ever imagined his book sparking such a huge movement.
Right. It's amazing how these ideas, over a century old, still resonate. It just shows the power of these books. Whether you're more drawn to Hill's structure or Wattles' philosophy, they both offer incredible insights into the mind and how it shapes reality.
I love that. It's about finding the approach that speaks to you. Not about picking a winner, but about experimenting and seeing what works for you on your journey.
Exactly.
So what do you think are some of the biggest takeaways people can get from these books?
Well, Hill's focus on specialized knowledge and persistence, that's super important today.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
No matter what you do, becoming an expert and constantly improving, that's crucial. And Wattles, his emphasis on gratitude, on appreciating what you have, that's so powerful for shifting to an abundance mindset.
I'm with you there. And whether you're more Hill or more Wattles, this idea of owning your thoughts is key, right?
Yeah.
Both books are all about how our minds shape our reality.
Right.
Like we're the architects of our own success.
It is. And that's both empowering and a bit daunting, isn't it?
It is. It puts the responsibility on us, which can be intimidating.
Yeah, for sure.
But it also means we might have more control than we realize. By changing our thoughts, beliefs, actions, we can create the life we want.
That's the exciting part.
And that brings us back to action. Hill and Wattles, even though they're different, They both stress moving beyond thinking about success to actually doing something.
Definitely. Action is the bridge between thought and reality. Hill's 13 step have those concrete steps, like seeking specialized knowledge and building your mastermind group. And Wattles, while he focuses on the mental and emotional side, he also talks about right action, aligning what you do with what you want to achieve.
So it's not enough to just dream it, you got to do it.
You got it. That's where the rubber meets the road. That's it. Bridging that gap. That's what it's all about.
I love that. It really gets to the heart of it. These books aren't just theory. They give you these tools, these frameworks to make real change. And it makes me wonder, if success, wealth, fulfillment, if they all start with a thought, if our minds really do shape our reality, then what's holding us back? What are those limiting beliefs?
Ooh, that's a powerful question. Because sometimes the biggest roadblocks aren't out there, they're in our own heads.
Like we build these invisible ceilings without even realizing it.
Exactly.
Fear of failure, self-doubt, maybe even feeling like we don't deserve success.
All of that. And I think both Hill and Wattles would agree, figuring out those beliefs and breaking free from them, that's crucial.
It's like clearing the path for those thoughts of success to actually take hold.
Exactly. That self-discovery, challenging those old beliefs, that's where the real transformation happens.
It's tough, but it's also pretty amazing when you start to break through, isn't it?
It is, like shedding those old layers and stepping into a more powerful you.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Think and Grow Rich and the science of getting rich, I want to leave you with this. You have the power to create the life you want. The wealth, the success, the fulfillment. It starts with a thought that can spark something incredible.
Beautifully said. And it doesn't matter if you're more drawn to Hill's 13 steps or Wattles and his universal laws. The most important thing is to start. Take that first step, challenge those beliefs that are holding you back, and start creating the life you want.
We hope this deep dive has given you some new ideas and maybe inspired you to keep exploring these concepts. Keep diving deep, keep exploring, and keep believing in yourself and the power of your own mind.
And remember, the journey to real wealth and success, it all starts with a single powerful thought.
We'll see you on our next deep dive.